Fukudome out to talk to Gorzo.
Jeff Anders wants to get involved. You know, Greg, watching the first 6 games, all which, you know, on the road and had a chance to see some TV stuff, I thought it was a nice contrast. Tyler Yates coming in, throwing real hard in back of some of the Pirates starters who weren't really fireballers. I think it's a nice contrast. And it's kind of a story that I want to continue to follow, because this young man has a live arm to get the home plate in a hurry. So when you got somebody in there throwing, you know, 87, 88, 89, then you come in with Yates who's throwing it 6-7 miles faster. That's something they have to deal with. That's a challenge for hitters. And they've seen that starter maybe 2 or 3 times, and now you have to adjust. It's not the easiest adjustment to make.
Well, hopefully not have to see the bullpen for a while as Andrews goes out to talk to Gorzelani.
But it's a matter of time, because Tom has just thrown a ton of pitches.
Yep.
It will happen.
It's fouled out of play by Derek Lee. On first, Reed Johnson. Way outside. Gorzelani still not in sync. 3-1. Third base coach Mike Quade.
Yeah, even first start, 6 innings worked in his first start, 6 hits. He walked 3 batters in the 6th inning. That's not alarming, but cut that down a little bit.
Ball 4.
And not all that close.
Third walk. Brings up Ramirez, who hit into the inning-ending double play with runners at first and third in the first inning. 3 free passes for Gorzo. And a critical juncture here in this ball game now. Can Gorzelani get it together? Find a way to get Ramirez. Can you get another ground ball from him?
Yeah, hitters like this, they salivate in these kind of situations.
Strike called on Ramirez.
They know that Gorzo's struggling a little bit. You got a good power hitter, good producer like Aramis Ramirez. He knows that Tom is struggling to get the ball into the strike zone, so might not be as particular about where he throws it in the strike zone. And that translates many times in a better strike to take a swing at. That's why hitters start drooling.
Line foul. So he's out in front, 0-2 on Ramirez. Now in his 5th full year with the Chicago Cubs. Hit .310 last season. 26 homers, drove in 101.
How about strikeouts last year?
Struck out only 66 times.
See, that's a very, very impressive number for a guy who produces what he does.
Up and in.
Not a bad try. 0-2. And that's one of the reasons that he doesn't strike out. That's pretty good discipline. You're behind the count 0-2. You say a high fastball. You don't want to strike out.
Tapped. Tough play. Gorzelani gets there and throws wildly past Minkiewicz into the seats, costing him a run. And putting runners at second and third, 2-0.
And I think he had a play at first base because Ramirez does not run all that well. But gets it there and then throws kind of backing up and no chance for Minkiewicz. And now the inning continues with 1 run in.
Another look. The blimp shot.
Yeah, he's got a shot there to get the out. Threw it off balance and it cost him.
Now he faces Fukudome. Ball 1. Able to strike him out looking in the second. The infield back looking for out number 2. No RBI. Infield hit and error on Gorzelani allows the run to score, and the runners move up 90 feet, and he's just out of sync. He falls behind 2-0. And line to right field, a base hit, 3-0. Fukudome with 6 RBIs his first year with the Cubs. Friday, Pirates Reds, first Friday night home game this season, and all fans get a Manny Sanguian Lumber Company bobblehead courtesy of Highmark. For tickets, visit pirates.com or call 1-800-5-BUCKS. Manny Sanguian bobbleheads this Friday night. Jason Bay's got one there.
All those free passes, the free passes. After one out, the walk to Johnson, the walk to Lee. They're back in the dugout with runs 2 and 3 for the Cubbies.
Here's DeRosa. Infield at double play depth. Ball 1.
Activity in the Pirate bullpen. You're exactly right. Tom's just not in a groove, in any kind of a rhythm. He's out there searching.
Ball 2.
And when you're out there searching, you just try to do whatever you can to get an out, however you can, just so you don't let the ball game get out of hand. It's not out of hand yet, but we're heading down that road, and you need something good to happen here. Keep searching, find something.
I said Fukudome can do just about everything, including steal bases. And watching him over at first. Another throw, and boy, an uncomfortable looking toss at that, as Gorzelani seemed to almost slip.
Well, that almost like the toss he made to Minkiewicz on that chopper down the third baseline. See, there's no body parts going toward where you're throwing the ball, and that's what happened on that ground ball, and that was kind of the throw to first base. Now, that's not an unusual throw for a left-hander, just to try to be as quick as you can without telegraphing anything, but it does look awkward.
Now 2-1 on DeRosa. Lou Piniella, 15th all-time on the managerial win list.
And an exchange of greetings between he and his old roommate, Jim Rooker, when they're back in Kansas City, as the players lined up, and some former Pirate players lined up before the game today.
Rookie of the year for the Royals. Pitch is taken down low, 3-1. Kansas City, Lou Piniella, 1969 AL Rookie of the Year. Career .291 hitter, 18 seasons as a player. The 3-1 pitch, runner goes from first, and they are loaded. Base is loaded. He's walked 3 in the inning. Phil DeMatre is up in the bullpen. Left-hander, and now it's Giovanni Soto. 68 pitches thrown already by Gorzo.
Tom Gorzelani may have to get out of this situation without any more damage to stay in this ball game right here, right now.
Strike is called on Soto.
Though, like you say, John Russell would not like to have to get into the bullpen here in the 3rd inning.
Broken bat, base hit into left. And it is 4-0. And a bobble by Bay. But the run doesn't score on the bobble. It is 4-0. And the crowd tells the story. And John Russell did not want to have to do this.
But Tom's just not getting anything done today.
Another look at the broken bat. Base hit.
That's when you really know it's not your day. You break a bat and still an RBI single.
Phil DeMatre will be coming on. And we'll be back, see if DeMatre can get the last 2 outs and keep this thing from getting out of hand. Jolly right now.
He's trying his best, but it's not going the Pirates' way here in the early going. They're down 4-0. The Cubs are still in business, and the Pirates starter is out of the ball game. Tom Gorzelani going 2 1/3 innings at this point has given up 4 runs on 6 hits, 4 walks, and a couple of strikeouts. Phil DeMatre made the ball club out of spring training. A cup of coffee with the Cincinnati Reds last year. 6 starts after a good year at AAA Louisville, where he won 10 games. Was called up. Didn't go all that well in his 4 starts. 0-4 for the Reds, but here he is coming on to work to Ronnie Cedeno here in the 3rd inning.
Now that stint that you're talking about really cost him his time with the Reds. They just, after seeing him in the big leagues, the 0-4 mark and a 15 ERA, decided to let him go. But he did pitch well in the minors. There's a drive to center. McLeod back, and it is over his head. Ronnie Cedeno is going to clear the bases, perhaps. Here's the relay. It's cut off. And what a capper to this inning. The Chicago Cubs coming out to spoil the home opener. Ronnie Cedeno brings home Fukudome, De Rosa, and Soto. 7-0 Cubs.
Welcome, Phil. Ball just tattooed straight away center field.
Ted Lilly has this big lead. Lilly struck out in the 2nd. Even he's up there taking the big cut.
The door was open with 2 free passes after Soriano flew out to right field. Walk, and there's not been an out recorded since.
The 4 walks overall for Gorzelani. 3 of them score. All 3 this inning. Seven runs, 7 hits for the Cubs.
Well, Phil DeMatre might be out there in a situation where John Russell is going to just have to use him for an extended period of time, no matter what happens, just in the interest of perhaps saving some arms in the bullpen. It is that bad this early.
They have the benefit of the off day tomorrow, so if they were to scratch out a couple, but first things first. You got to get some outs here, and even the pitcher able to get wood on the ball, and a Bronx type cheer, an exaggerated applause from the crowd. So pumped up on this opening day. And now Soriano, who has line to left and fly to the warning track in right center.
He's basically the only person that's been left out of the party, and we're just in the third inning.
Soriano takes ball one. Second year of an 8-year, $136 million deal. The Chicago Cubs went shopping the year before last. Over $300 million spent. Including the $10 million contract they gave Lou Piniella, the 3-year deal. And the $136 million spent on Soriano. Lou Piniella in his second year of the deal. Cubs went 85-77 last season. They won the division by 2 games over Milwaukee, which was a 19-game improvement over the previous year. And they're looking for back-to-back winning seasons for just the second time in their last 35 years. They had back-to-back winning campaigns in 2003, 2004. Remember, they nearly went to the World Series. 2003, the Bartman game.
Yeah, by the way, Moises Alou says
comes clean now.
Yeah, after all this time. So
I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, really, yeah. Give him a break. They almost lynched him.
Now he says
I couldn't have caught the ball.
2-2, 2 outs, and a bouncer left side, backhanded Rivas, long throw, and not in time to get the speedy Soriano an infield hit. Inning continues. Good pick by Rivas, but Soriano runs too well. So it's first and third with Reed Johnson at the plate, and Johnson with 2 walks against the starter Gorzalani. Another look. Soriano looking for hits any way he can early on. 3 hits now in 29 at bats the first week. By the way, speaking of the first week, Xavier Nady, you were just told, is named National League's Player of the Week. Nady and Nate McLeod both up for that award, and Nady leading all major league players with 9 RBIs coming into this game.
Pretty nice ratio. What, 9 ribbies in 6 games? That'll work.
Different look instead of the eye black. It supposedly deflects the reflection. Soriano's got a different look, and this ball popped up to second, and fans, a loud cheer for that final out. Bucks really have to go to work here on opening day. 7-0 Chicago. Full, that does not. 7-0 Cubs. So the Pirates need to go to work. Phil DeMatre, the pitcher, will lead off against Ted Lilly. See if Lilly doesn't get careless here. The Pirates a shot to get a couple, start chipping away.
Six major league at bats for Phil, 4 strikeouts.
Fouls this one off. So this quickly in the hole. 0-2. Phil DeMatre forced to come in the 3rd inning for Tom Gorzolani.
Even the parrot's over by the Cubs dugout.
0-2. Did he? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Parrot says nope, it's safe. DeMatre pops it up. Easy for Derek Lee.
And how does a pitcher feel when he's handed 7 runs like Ted Lilly has been handed?
Tell us he feels awful, Steve.
Yeah, he feels pretty good. You know, they say, well, I try to pitch my regular game and I try to do this and I try to do that. The bottom line, you love having 7 runs.
And this is a guy, when he was signed as a free agent, it raised some eyebrows before last year. Was an okay pitcher in the American League. The Yankees, A's, and Blue Jays. A lifetime ERA of 4.5. Not a 500 pitcher, but they gave him a pretty good deal.
Yeah, he had that one good game with 1 year with Toronto. Was that a 15-win season?
Yep, he won 15 games, lost 13. Parlayed that into a nice contract, and he did improve his strikeout to walk ratio by more than 50% last year. He walked 55, struck out 174 on his way to his 15-win season for the Cubs. Up and in on McLeod, who singled and was caught stealing in the first. McLeod picked off by Lilly. He'd gone 12 straight bases without being caught since August 26th of last year, thrown out by Brad Osmus. Had a consecutive stolen base streak going.
What you will see many times when a pitcher is handed a big lead like this, 7 runs, 7-0 for Lilly, is many times you'll see the pitcher pick up the pace. He'll work a little quicker.
3-2.
And the reason you do that, it's not each pitch is not as critical as it would be if you're even or up a run, down a run. You got a little cushion, a little more comfortable. Hey, you get the ball and throw it and see what happens. You got some room.
Grounded to second. DeRosa, 2 down. Now, as a catcher, John Russell caught Nolan Ryan's 6th career no-hitter. Tonight, he talks to Stan Savran about his career as a player and his aspirations for the team as their new manager. It's in my own words. John Russell tonight at 10 here on FSN Pittsburgh. Postcard stuff right there from the blimp. Sanchez fights this one off. Here comes Soriano, the patented little leap to make the catch, and 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. So that's what Lou Piniella and the Cubs wanted from Lilly. We just gave you 6. 1, 2, 3 go the Bucks. Cubs. We're at PNC Park for the home opener. Time for the Aflac trivia question. Who had more opening day starts for the Pirates? Multiple choice. Oh, Bob Walker, Steve Blass.
Let's address this whole scenario with the Aflac situation. I do not want to be paired with John Wehner. It's not that I don't like John or respect him, but he's very young. I don't think he has enough access to.
Well, unless you want to start going back on
history.
the road with us, you have no choice. I'm afraid.
I can phone him in. I can phone him in this age of technology. I can get on a phone, give you my choice instantly every night.
Well, we'll have to arrange that then. If
I'm not going to let John drag me down.
You'll promise to do that.
I'm not going to let John drag me down.
Wehner's done good work for you so far.
No, he hasn't. He's 1 and 2 or something. He's got a bad number working. More opening day starts.
Batista goes on to get Derek Lee. 2 choices. Opening day starts. Man. Well, Steve, I'm going to wait for you.
I'm going to vote for myself.
How many did you have?
I don't know.
Guess.
I'm going to say opening day starts. No, I'm going to say Bob. I think I'd like 3.
I'm going to say you then.
I'm going to say Bob.
I'm going with Steve. Fly ball to right. Catch is made. Ramirez is quickly out number 2. So here,
look at this. Look at this.
They're waiting.
Oh, they want to see the question again? It's an easy question.
They want to see the question again? What is it difficult? Well, Bob had, I think, a tooth pulled this morning, so he's not. There we go.
Well, that's going to affect his decision then.
Who had more opening day starts for the Pirates? A, Bob. I'm going to go B, Steve. I should have waited. Let's see what Bob says. Landy's going A. Who's A again? Fukudome fouls this ball off. That's Steve, right?
You're voting for me.
Okay, I do too.
Appreciate the vote.
You went B.
And I approve this message.
Okay. Steve and John Wehner picked B. Bob Walker.
Come on, Johnny.
Let's get it right. Bob walks, Steve Blass.
Well,
they picked Bob.
We all picked Bob. It's this way.
See, I think that we've got some troubles going on here because Bob's not so sure. He's going to come across the TV booth now to ask us. See him here in a second. It's our first. We got problems opening day in the booth. Fukudome is 3 and 2. Bob's claiming that we're flipping the answers back and forth.
Yeah, we've given a bad graphic here.
A was Bob. He says, okay, see, we've got problems. I don't know what's going on. I think they're trying to.
I think we got to throw the whole thing out.
Fukudome draws the walk. We're going to try it again. This is it. This is the last time. This is it for real. Here we go. The Aflac trivia question. The Aflac trivia question. Oh, we're starting from the very beginning. Again. More opening day starts for the Pirates. A or B? Bob Walker or Steve Blass? I'm going B.
I went A, and they both went A.
We're going to have to go back to them, though. See if they change their 0-1. Now they're going to Steve. Both Lanny and Bob and I say Steve. So it's now B, and you and John go A. Wow, was that easy? 0-2 on DeRosa. He has doubled, walked, and scored a pair of runs.
A lot of things going on opening day, home opener.
Yeah.
A lot of activity.
Hustle and bustle.
I thought that was the answer. I thought it was Mark DeRosa had most opening day starts. But we'll get back to the answer.
By the way, Steve, speaking of opening, I don't know if you got a chance because you were coming up here. Did you hear Chris Higbee with the
yes.
God Bless America on the violin? That is the best version of God Bless America I've ever heard. Chris Higbee, phenomenal. And good work to Matre.
Poverty Neck Hillbillies, formerly.
7-8. But a lot of Cubs. 7-0 Chicago. Jason Day takes ball one. And pops this ball up to shallow left. Shortstop out. Soriano calls for. Pirates had 2 hits in the first inning, 1 in the second. Back to the Aflac trivia question.
Do I ever leave it?
More opening day starts for the Pirates. Bob Walker, Steve Blass. Steve Blass, 3 starts. Bob had 1. Steve, you are wrong. Lanny, Bob, and I get it correct.
And I drag John
so
down
bring
with me.
John down. John's thrilled to have you on board with him. Oh, we'll get to the announcer standings. We'll be doing this all year. Just for you. That's why we're doing it.
What is that? 2 right answers for 5 attempts so far?
You and John are 2 out of 5. Lanny's 3 out of 5. Bob and I lead the standings, but it's very early. A ground ball past Derek Lee. 1 out single for Doman. 1 base at a time. As we saw opening night in Atlanta, Steve, anything can happen in this game of baseball. Did you watch that one?
The opener in Atlanta?
Yep.
I'm 65 years old in a dark house all by myself, jumping up and down on my bed. I mean, if somebody looked in the window, I would have been taken away somewhere. I was screaming. Like there was a human sacrifice going on or something. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Braves scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th on Monday to tie it. Bucks would win it 12-11 in 12 innings, thanks to this man, Xavier Nady, whose 2nd home run of the night gave the Bucks the victory. And as we said moments ago, the folks from Major League Baseball announced the Player of the Week honors in the National League going to the X-Man, Xavier Nady. Led the National League with 9 RBIs this week, 3 homers, which tied him for the league lead. Scored 6 runs, a .769 slugging percentage, .448 on base percentage. Two and 1 the count on Xavier Nady. Player of the week in the National League. Opening night, his home run gave the Bucks the lead. He would need his 2nd one to give them the lead back. And yesterday in Miami, a blast at Dolphin Stadium.
Yeah, I thought that first one, opening night, did it in the 12th inning, but they just got 2 more, made it interesting. So interesting. But W's a W, like they say.
2 and 2 the count on Nady.
By the way, thanks to Brad and Joey Nobart, our annual presentation of opening day cigars for you and me.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you.
For the 9th annual presentation.
Wow.
Thank you so much, guys. Hope we can get a bunch here and get a phenomenal comeback. Lilly over to Lee.
Again, why?
Why? Yeah, with a 7-0 lead. If you do, you're a daisy, not a lily.
2 and 2 on the X-Man. Been much better in the 2nd half of ball games. Innings 1 through 5 hitting .091 so far the early going this season, but the 6th inning on, he's batting .600. 3 and 2 the count on Xavier Nady. Pops this one up. Right field line. Fukudome out of room. Nice catch in the stands. take another look from this angle as Steve Bartman's father brings a glove.
Brings a new meaning to sign him up with the way the Pirates have struggled defensively.
Yeah. And a walk.
Humble beginnings, perhaps.
We saw in spring training Nady lead the club in that department. 10 free passes, which is a bunch for him when you consider last year, the whole season, he walked only 23 times. It's the third time he has walked so far this season as Doug Minkiewicz steps to the plate. Another look, by the way, at that grab by the fan. The umpires ruled that Fukudome could not have gotten there. That would have been interesting had it happened a second earlier. The fan reaching over. Minkiewicz getting the start for LaRoche, who has the sore left thumb, which kept him out of yesterday's game and today's start. Minkiewicz talked to him before the game, said this is the first time he's been to PNC Park, this veteran. He said the previous couple years I've gotten hurt just before coming to Pittsburgh. He said, so yesterday in Miami, just crossing my fingers. He played yesterday, went 1 for 3, couple of walks, but he said, I didn't want to get hurt. He said, this place is just spectacular. He was just in awe. Looking around this ballpark. Time was called. Fans not hearing that. You could because of the crowd mic down below, but the crowd thought that was a balk.
That's the thing that really drives pitchers crazy, that last half a second timeout call. He's ready to release the ball.
1 ball, 1 strike on Doug Minkiewicz. Hit .231 last year against lefties, .267 lifetime hitter against left-hand pitching. Minkiewicz. You can get his name in Scrabble, you win. M-I-E-N-T-K-I-E-W-I-C-Z. Doug Minkiewicz from Toledo, Ohio. Lives in Coral Gables, Florida now. One-time Minnesota Twin.
He's a little bit smaller. That name would kind of be in a circle.
3-1. See if Lilly can help out the Bucks here. He gave up the free pass to Nady.
His first start, he went 4 2/3, gave up 4 runs. Didn't walk anybody in that start. Came away with the loss.
Now 3-2.
There just seems to be a whole bunch of left-hand starters now who throw their fastball in that 86 to 90 range. And kind of cookie cutter approaches, if you will. Depending on control, location, keeping the ball downstairs, certainly not overpowering, but there's a bunch of them that are effective also. Proving once again you don't have to throw it 100 miles an hour to succeed.
Ted Lilly was a 23rd round pick of the Dodgers in 1996.
California native.
Oh, Minkiewicz goes down.
Well, he said he didn't get hurt yesterday, keeping his fingers crossed.
Yeah.
That will hurt the puppies. Or just above the knee, I guess. I mean, just got that higher. Yep. Ouch. Down you go. Everybody will do what they can to give him some extra time, and there's never enough time. There is never enough time. You're going to get back in there, but talking to the umpire now, so maybe you can forget about how much it hurts. Ball got off part of your body.
Soto went out to talk briefly with the pitcher, and Minkiewicz just realizing he's got to get in there.
Kind of thinking, maybe you won't admit it, kind of thinking, throw this ball so far out of the strike zone. I don't even have to swing.
Wouldn't that be great?
Let me just make my way down to first base and let this thing simmer a little bit.
3-2, 2 on, 1 out. And he swings and pops it up out of play. Told by the truck, Steve, that the Scrabble points you get Minkevich, it's 32 points. So we provide all kinds of information for you. Still 3-2 count on Doug Minkevich with Bautista on deck. And he walked him.
Humble beginnings.
That's a good at bat there. He really worked it.